Hello guys, welcome back to our fourth tutorial. Should be fourth here, and let's just start by doing our formalities, opening our project folder, cd desktop dev, and then we're going to our project folder and code dots. Yep. So good. I recorded a few tutorials earlier and then I deleted them, but I never even emptied my recycle bin. Let me just handle that one first because we may run out of space here. So just do sudo rm. I'm going to do rf here, and then let me just look at that local share and then trash here. Just remove everything there. Excellent. Okay. All right. Let's get this one done. Okay. So today we are not going to use our manager. No, maybe later. But let me just comment this the manager out so that we can run our app. Okay, so in our last tutorial we created our users class. Somewhere here in our models, we modeled our users class. Yeah, and all right, I see we missed a few stuff here. We can say here unique equals true, yeah, and then again username, make this one unique again, unique equal to true. Yep. Okay, today I got the true thing, true, so it's not a big lie like the one we did last time. Okay, what's true is true. So let me just save this. I will migrate that one later with Alembic with a Flask script. Yeah. So if you followed our previous tutorials, you probably know how things will be going, will be progressing. Okay. So I can feel there is a bit of showers outside here, so it may materialize into some torrential downpour, and that may mark our tutorial, but we'll take our chances. We're going to take our chances. We need to take our chances and complete this. Okay, so so today we're going to populate data into our users table, and we're going to be smart enough not to waste our time redundantly doing redundant stuff. You're not going to do that. That's not even acceptable when you're when you're programming. It's out of scope here. Okay, so I'm going to create a new module and a users directory. So I'll just touch OK. So what I'm going to touch here will be ehdbs users. Okay, and then I'm going to create a file called fake data.py. Yeah. So here I'm going to implement a few things. Okay, and what we are going to do here, we are going to use our users, no, our models, the models in our users directory here, and we are going to use this to generate the data. Yeah, it's more of our blueprint for the table, for the users table. Okay, we're going to rely on it to generate the data. So we're going to import it. Okay, let me not confuse you there. So you're going to import that one. Okay, so we are going to say from current directory, so from .model we are going to import users. Okay, with the uppercase. Okay, the class, actually the class users. Okay, and then again we're going to import db. You remember where our db was in our project directory. Okay, when we refer to the project directory, Python will come and look into the danda init file. Okay, it reads that one first. Okay, so we're going to import db. Okay, so let's just come back here to our fake data, and then we're going to say from ehdbs we are going to import db here. Yes, excellent. Okay, and then we're going to use the faker class. Actually, there are several implementation of fakers in several languages. Okay, you can even use this in PHP, I think. Yeah, yeah, C# has an implementation. I think Java has an implementation as well. There are actually several where you can manufacture factory data for some test data. Okay, so today we are going to use the faker class. So I'm going to say from now you have to install faker as a dependency, and you know what we do first. We activate our virtual environment, so pip env shell that will activate our virtual environment. And let me just pull this one up here. So we are going to say pip env install faker. Yep. So we're going to install faker. Okay, I have internet connection already connected. You're going to install faker, and then we're just going to say straight away up here that from faker. Okay, now from faker we are going to import faker. Okay, yep. And then we can just say faker is equal to the faker constructor here. We can assign it there. So what we are going to do here, we are just going to define a function that's going to generate our data, and we have to make it recursive in such a way that you provide the number of records that you want generated, and then the faker class will handle that. Okay, depending on the implementation that you are going to do here. Okay, so let me just say define. So we are going to define, okay, let's just say fake data, and then our fake data here is going to take let's just say some number of records here, some number of records. Okay, and this our number of records is going to be a variable. Okay, that's how you pass in data into function. Okay, so so let's just call this record number, record underscore number. Yeah, and then here what we are going to do, we are going to map all the variables in our user class. Okay, and then we'll generate now our data dynamically using faker. Okay, so let's start by just iterating through the number of records times that you want this generated. So I'll just do for I in range of 0 and our record number that we are going to pass up there here. So we're going to say full name. Okay, let's just do full underscore name is equal to, so fake. Okay, let me just send this one back to fake. Okay, there, that one should work. Okay, is equal to fake dot name. Okay, so this fake dot name will give us more of a full name. Okay, so example given here. So and then again, if you can recall what we did in our models, we have first name, middle name, and last name. Okay, so we can catch that. We can catch our first name from the full name here. So what we're going to do, we're just going to say first name comma last name is equal to, okay, we're going to say full name here, and then here we are going to say full name dot split and this we are going to split full name, and then in the we are going to provide an empty space here because it will come with an empty space, okay, separating the first name from the last name, and then just say one here. Yeah, that will separate and assign first name to last name. Okay, it will split them, and then it will just assign first name and last name from this, okay, like Brian here and Etienne here. All right, that one works for us. Okay, and then we'll say let me see, do we have an address from our, no, we never had an address. Let's just come back here. Phone number, yeah, let me see what's necessary, what's required. Phone number is not mandatory, and then username. Okay, I'll see how to handle that in the our Faker class. Okay, so what I want to do here, we are going to say that full name, we have handled first name and last name, and then again we'll handle middle name later. I'll show you how to, but we can say email is equal to fake.email. Yeah, so, and then finally we can just map this back to our class and generate some records. Yeah, I'm going to skip phone number. You can just do phone number is equal to fake dot phone number. Yep, I think that one works, but I'm going to skip this one out. I don't want it generated right now. Maybe in our next tutorial we'll keep on improving stuff here, but I expect in our next tutorial we'll start something meaningful with our APIs. Okay, okay, we'll start with the get request. Actually, that should be our plan. Okay, so here just say that fake user here, let's say fake underscore user is equal to our users class. Okay, this users class, we're just calling this model, actually this model here, and then what we're going to do here, we're going to say first name. So first name is equal to the first name that we have up there is equal to first name, yeah, this one here, and then we can do middle name, so not skipping that, but we can say middle name is equal to a null field. Yep. Oh, that's the reason why we never implemented that there. You can provide nulls in the middle name section, so you can just handle that on the fly. Okay, so, and then you're going to say last name. Okay, last name is next, so we just do last name is equal to last name there, yes, and then again we can handle phone number, so we can just do phone number is equal to, let's provide a null again, but still guys, I already feel that we have to obey our pip 8 once more. Okay, so here we're going to do our email Yes, so let's just do email is equal to email. Okay, and then password, let's do password is equal to password. Okay, let's just do password is equal to, we are going to do a standard password here. Okay, let's just do dbs, that's going to be our standard password, but you know our model is going to hash it. Obviously that's what we implemented last time. Yep, here it's going to set a password and hash it. Okay, all right, so so what we're going to do next here is just to, what we're going to do next here, just come back here. Now we're going to say db, that's the whole purpose why we had to import the SQL alchemy implementation of our database. Okay, so db dot session dot add, and then you're going to add fake user. Yeah, okay, let me be a little bit faster. Okay, and then here we're just going to say db dot session dot commit. Yep, so actually you can wrap this in a try block. Okay, and then you close your database, but I'll show you that when we start with our get request. Yeah, in the next tutorial we'll cover that, but for now I really don't expect faker class to generate colliding records. Okay, it's going to be unique, trust me. So what we're going to do here, let's come back here to our, we can mount this to you remember the instance where we created our database on the first request. Yeah, we can implement this one there as well. So let's just come back to our danda init here, this file here. I should close most of the files I have here. So okay, we'll come back here, and then let me just find it. Okay, here actually there. So what we're going to do here, we're going to say from current directory we are going into the users users folder, users directory, that is, and then we'll go into the fake data file, and then we're just going to import the function that we just wrote, fake data. Okay, so what you're going to do here, we're going to say we're just going to generate the number of records that you want, basically. So we're going to say fake data, and then we're going to pass the number of records, and the number of records here, let me think of something decent for our request. Can we do 100? Okay, 100. Yep, that should just work it out. Nice tutorial, but I really intend to keep it short, even my future tutorials. Okay, so let's see if that one is going to work. So let's come back to our app.py. I already commented it out, so which means we can just run it. So here, clear. Okay, before we do anything, we can just do SQLite 3. Okay, dot quit. I'm going to use the database inside the project folder, so let me just go in there and then do SQLite 3 inside here, and then dot open database dot SQLite 3, the file that we created our database, and then you can do dot tables again, and then you can just do select star from users. Okay, no record still. Yeah, no record still. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to going to just run our application and see what happens. Okay, actually, if it's going to generate the number of records that we just provided, that should be 10, no, 100, yeah, 100, yeah, 100. Here 100, yep. Can make it 1,000 and see if it's going to succeed, but why not? Okay, so you know, on our first request, hold on guys, I just feel I should drop rm https database.sqlite3. Good, I'm going to drop that database. Yep, so I'm just going to say here python app.py. Let's run this. Good, it's running. And I think I'm kind of getting tired of seeing all this that we implemented to show us that we've registered the blueprint. So I should just comment it out right there. Okay. Yep. All right. So try that again one more time. Clear. I can even do flask run. Yep, now that works it out. Yep, a little bit nicer. Python app.py still. Yep, excellent. So I'm going to make a request here. I'm going to make a request here and see if it's going to create our database, and then we'll see if it's going to generate the records as well. So let's make a request. That's a get request. Okay. Oh, username is not defined. Let's see that. We can implement that. Username.lower. Okay. Username is not defined. Let's just follow that. Models.py line number 23. Okay, when did I add this? So joking around. Username lower. Oh, I see. Not even providing the list here. Let me just comment this one out. Yep. Clear. Python app.py. Let's run it once more and make a call. Still another error. Get request. Yep, it worked out. Yes guys, yes. Let's see if this one. So we're going to cd to https where the database has been created. Okay, this is the Flask script version of our database, the Alembic, and you can see if you can implement, you can merge, you can create the Flask script database relative to this. You can see if something works here. Let's say something like you can test this or just provide a comment in the section how you fix this. Maybe it's dot, or you can just do some dot slash, okay, path.cwd. Okay, you can just see how to implement that so that this path, the Flask script path matches the db.sqlite3 path. Okay, I'll let you work on that. Okay, so here let's do SQLite3, and then dot open database dot SQLite3. Yep, and then dot tables. Good, users table. Then I'm just going to do select start from users. Okay, yeah. 100 records. Trust me, there are 100 records, and you see our our password is already hashed with a little bit of salt, so even the EHDBS string gets hashed differently. But our system knows the password. If you pass it over the hash, it will still compare it and know whatever it is, and we don't want to know it. Trust me, you don't want to know the string. Is it a hex string? Morph, no? That's hashing. Okay, so we can just come here, and then you can open our database. Okay, where are we? Desktop, dev. Okay, and then we'll go into EHDBS, and then our project, and then open the file. Yep, users table. Okay, we can browse our data. See? Oh, yes. So we already have our data generated, and you can just exploit and see how everything is nicely done here. Yeah, excellent. So we'll definitely use this to implement our get request in our next tutorial. But before we close, before we end this tutorial, this session, and I feel we should once again just do .quit. I feel we should once again come back and just comment this one and run our database migrations once more. And do you remember how we did it last time? Do you? We ran a command db init, okay, and then we migrated and upgraded. So today, because we already have the migrations directory, that won't work. Okay, let me just show you. Okay, so if you could do python app.py, yeah, and then db init, okay, that the directory migrations is already existing, so that won't work. So but we can just do this, and then you can just say db migrate. Yep. All right, so unique constraint, the ones that we added. Yeah, so we're going to compare our version. You can check the new version here. We have a new Alembic version here. Okay, the first one was 8cd, and we said it had a blah blah in it. It still has, okay, the blah blah part never changed. Okay, so let's just open so we created this today 21 30 29. No, come on, please. Come on, please. Should be this other. Okay, 0148. Oh, late night, that is. So, you can see what we implemented. That was looking a little bit suspicious. I didn't know even how to explain it. Okay, so here it is. We only altered two things. That is creating unique constraint. So we have actually implemented a unique constraint there. That is more required and not even required. We did unique. Okay, the fields are unique, so you can't enter the same record twice. That's more of implementing cardinality in our database, but we can talk about that in SQL stuff when I start teaching you guys SQL. We'll come to that later, but let's just handle this. Okay, so let's just upgrade this. Okay, so when you upgrade, all the changes will take effect. Okay, so db upgrade,